Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Oh, you look good, girl. Oh, you look cute. You got your little hair on today. It's 21 degrees here in Phoenix, which is usually really warm. But it's kind of hot here today. So, today I want to talk about, I'm talking to myself really, because sometimes so much be going through my mind and things be coming together, and I be thinking about, life. And as you get older, that's all you have time to do is think about life and look over things, and you look over things, and as you get older, you see things different. So this is just my insight on how I see things differently than I did when I was 20, late 20s, or maybe in my 30s. Now that I'm 54, in my 50s, you look back and you say, oh, okay. What Arsenio Hall used to say, things that make you go, So I'm riding to work, and things that make you go, So the title is how I found out about Monique Samuels. I think I wrote over here. But yesterday I was watching Dear Future Wifey, right? And Terry he's the host of the show, and he had the Monique from the Real Housewives of Potomac on there. She just recently divorced her husband or whatever, and his name was Chris. And I'm from the DMV, so I'm familiar with DC area, so I loved watching that show. Except for some of the cattiness. It was real catty. But Monique was on there. She's married to Chris. Chris was real nice. Real nice. He was really nice. I basically, in my opinion, the show showed her being a villain and him being a real nice guy. And he was a real nice guy. He wasn't the most attractive guy or the most fit guy, but he was a genuine person. Genuine person. And it appeared that anything she wanted, he would do. Anything she wanted, she would do. He let her run the show. He bought her houses. Apparently they have a portfolio of rental homes, because he was a retired football player, so he had, good income coming in. So anyway, but she was kind of always a little mean to him. Or if not mean, just very bossy, and everything had to be her way. And rumor had it that she was messing around with her personal trainer. That's a rumor. I don't know it to be true. I'm not in these people's bedrooms or in the gym rooms or in the car in the gym parking lot. Girl, some people get it wherever they can get it. But anyway, rumor has it she was messing with this her personal trainer. Now the personal trainer, on the other hand, look good. He's muscles, light skin, curly hair, pretty. I mean, he's just good to look at. Personal trainer. Now, mind you, Chris is the football player with all the money. The personal trainer, if you know anything about being a personal trainer or working according to how many clients you got, they don't make that. He wasn't making Chris's money where they could afford to live in the Potomac County, out there in the DMV. But she liked him, apparently, this coach. So I got two scenarios. The husband, Chris, real nice, not that attractive. And then you had the personal trainer that was light-skinned, muscular, look real good, real eye candy. Let's say eye candy. So she was mean to her husband, but he endured it, whatever was going on with her. He endured it. He never, matter of fact, I've never really even heard Chris raise his voice. And she divorced him. She divorced him for whatever the reason. Now, mind you, he was on the heavy set side. Chris was on the heavy set side, but Chris had the money. So anyway, she was on the show yesterday, and she was talking about her divorce. And as soon as she started with that, I needed to find myself stuff. I had to cut it off. I couldn't watch the whole thing. She said she got it, because he asked her, why you get a divorce? And she paused. She paused for almost a minute. I mean, just complete silence. Because I could hear what she was thinking. I know what she was thinking in that pause. I done left my good husband, and now I'm out here. That's what that pause was. I done left my husband, and now I'm out here in these streets. Don't know when you're going to get another husband in again, because the personal trainer, if it's true that they were messing around, that's all it was for him, was a mess around. Wasn't no more, wasn't no less. Now, when you're married, you can afford your personal trainer. You can afford to pay him, buy him coffee. You can afford to buy him lunch or whatever else he wants, because you got income coming in. But that don't mean he want to be with you. So that pause was, I done left my husband, and now I'm out here, and I got to figure it out. Pause. I gotta figure it out. My husband, even though he was fat or out of shape, he made sure the bills was paid every month. He made sure we had cars. He made sure the cars had gas in them. Now, the thing of it is with the husbands, when you in that moment of getting that divorce, now Miss Camille done already told you about it. In my other videos, I talk about loving yourself and, loving your husband, loving your kids and everything. But you go through that crazy. And she paused because she's in that, it's fresh. Her husband took good care of her. He wasn't the most attractive thing. No, he wasn't. And he was overweight. If she was smart, she could took the husband to personal trainer too. Dropped the kids off, because the kids is big now. They was old enough to go to school, and him and her both could go to the personal trainer. But sometimes you be hot between the legs. You just trying to get that on the side piece, just like men do. Women do too. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. Women cheat too. Women cheat, and it's so crazy. Because when you read the comments on the internet, everybody's saying that the last son is the personal trainer son. I'm not saying nothing. You look at the son and you look at the personal trainer. Now, if that was the case, that was a side baby. And that man never said nothing. He was willing to raise that little boy as his own, because he loved his wife enough. That's the side baby. Now this is the side baby from a woman. From the woman's perspective, this is a side baby. Women have side babies. It's just the men don't say nothing like we do. We have the side, if they have a side baby, oh, it's over, we're going to cut something up. But the women have side babies, but I'm not going to say nothing. You go look at the little boy and look at the trainer, and you tell me. I know Khloe Kardashian. All the Kardashian kids look alike. Rob, Kourtney and Kim. And that man gave Kourtney Kardashian his name, even though he probably knew that wasn't his child. He was willing to raise Kourtney. Not Kourtney. Khloe Kardashian don't look. All the Kardashians look Armenian. Khloe Kardashian do not look Romanian. But that man took that baby in despite of. And I don't know. I had a client a long time ago. Her and her husband was married 50 years, and she said, "My middle child's not my husband." Me and him was going through a season, and I messed with one of his friends, and I had a baby. And my husband never said no more, and I never said no more. We got back together, and he raised the baby his own. But anyway, that pause with that what is her name? Monique Samuels. And that interview is, I done left my good thing. And now I'm out here gotta figure it out. Even though he wasn't the most attractive, he made sure he took care of that family. And you don't meet too many men that take care of the family. That personal trainer, he's not taking care of the family. He probably got 2 or 3 Potomac housewives that he poking. He got a poke for every day of the week. Because he younger, he buff, he look like he a stallion. Woo! So I mean, I can't blame her in that. He do look good, far as being buff and fit. But that same husband that you know you had that's out of shape, that same husband, you could take him to get buff and fit too, or talk him into getting some getting help to lose weight. The same husband. So you'll have the money, the cars, the sex, the husband. You just have to help him lose weight. But she would, even on the show, she would talk about him being overweight. Yeah, she talked about him, and she was kind of mean. And then she'd go on about his mom. Oh, his mom was this, and she wasn't nice to me. Yeah, because you was kind of mean to her son. And she probably, you know, us older women, you can tell when the people's intentions are not pure. But yeah, that Monique, yeah, that was that pause. I'm out here. Now I got to figure it out. Got to figure out where we going to live at. You know, even if you get half and all that, ain't nothing like the bills being paid on time every month. You ain't got to worry about it. She ain't had to worry about that. Chris took care of that. Or if not, they work together good as a team to take care of it. I'm out here in the mountains going to work. I think it's anointing in this car when you were driving to work. But yeah, I knew what the pause was. The pause was, I'm out here now. I done left my good thing. It was not what I thought it was going to be. That was the pause. Like, this is real. Now you don't have to take my advice for it. But at the end of the day, cherish your spouse, whoever it is. If he's big, small, there's something about him that just don't fit you, or if he's doing crazy for the season and you want to pack up and leave. All I'm saying is the grass is not necessarily greener. If you think so, ask Kim Kardashian. Ask Lala Anthony. Ask Tia Mowry. Ask Juanita Jordan, Michael Jordan's ex-wife. She never got married again. Maybe because she's going to lose the money. Or maybe, I'm just telling you, when you leave them husbands, you don't just pop out back and and get a new one. I'm telling you, that's all I'm saying. You just don't. So whatever you got in your mind that you're going to leave your spouse, whether it's a man or woman, men too, you think you're going to get a divorce and that piece of paper going to sever everything and you're just going to start afresh. Hell to the nah. It ain't that easy. Ask any divorce person. That paper is just a piece of paper. No, even though you divorced, it's still work to be done. And all my point is, the work that you're going to do, because you're still going to do the work. You're going to do the work whether you're single or you're going to do the work while you're married. But if the good almighty creator allow you the opportunity to be married, cherish your spouse that you have. That's the point. Cherish the spouse that you had. You ain't going out here. I'm telling you, I'm 20 years post. You don't go out here. And even though I done met nice people, up there I'm telling you, I might have so much going on from whatever was ailing me as a young person, a married person. You still, that's why you hear people, when you date, they tell you, oh, don't bring your past relationships into the new relationship. You hear people say that. Because I'm just saying, you got all them layers. So not only did you have your childhood trauma, but when you're adult, now you got this adult trauma, and you been married, you divorced, so you still got other layers. Now you got more layers to peel back. So if you're married, God bless you with a husband, even though he might be doing whatever, and you might be doing whatever, or he might be looking kind of way, she might be looking kind of way. Whatever the work you need to do to get each other, to get yourself, work on yourself, to get back together, to get your life together. Because another thing, you get married thinking it's going to solve all your problems. Sometimes people think, you're going to get married, meet this special person. Well, no, that special person is just you, and your spouse is just a partner that you go through life with, that you help each other out, but they not supposed to be your savior. That's the secret. And that's another thing that about Snoop Dogg's daughter. He giving her $1 million to get married. $1 million to get married. And he looked at her, he said, I would take 100,000 and put it on the wedding, and the other 900,000 put it into yourself. Now, if you look at her, she probably seems to me she got a lot going on in herself. That she got this image that she's going to get married, that it's going to go away. Whatever Snoop Dogg's daughter got going on, she needs to work on it herself. Because what happens, you're going to get married, you're going to be disappointed. Because whatever was ailing you, you figured you get married, that you got to spend $1 million on a wedding? $1 million? You know what you could do with $1 million? She could take 100,000 and buy 100 houses somewhere and start a real estate company. It's money. She could go live in Europe for a year. Go travel to Spain. But what we gonna do if she don't have her mind right? She gonna go buy cars and houses. One big house, all these fancy cars, and then people be miserable because you realize at the end of the day that stuff don't make you happy. But anyway, that Snoop Dogg daughter, that's another story for another day. But today, the story is cherish your spouse, whoever your spouse is. And the pause that Monique gave was, I'm out here in these streets now. I had a good husband, and I messed it up. That was what the pause was. Because now she out here, whatever was going on with her, if she didn't figure it out, it's still there. And the trainer, he was just seeing her once a day, once a week, every now and then. So whatever crazy she had, that's the thing about cheating. Whatever the crazy she had, the trainer, he didn't have to deal with it. You see a person you don't see often, hey, how you doing? You happy? But that real person that lives with that you live with every day, that's another person. You can put on for an hour or two at the gym, looking cute. But when he realized she was cray-cray, or whatever was going on with her, he not only that, he's the personal trainer. He probably got 5 or 6 other housewives that he's poking. She just the one that took it too far. I haven't, if quote unquote she did have a baby by me. Because you in your mind, I'm telling you, married women, you in your mind, you be thinking, I'm gonna leave and this is how it's gonna play out. And it don't play out like that. So if you got a husband, cherish your husband. So it's all that other, like this other lady the other day in a video, she had all these little kids running around. I'm gonna meet her. I divorced my husband, and she looked like she was a little, past her high school weight, and she was, I'm gonna meet a rich man. And no matter what nobody said, I loved Kevin Samuels, and he was the first man that I heard speak up and tell his side of the story. And his side of the story was that, like me, when you get a divorce, because he'd been divorced, I think he said he'd been divorced twice. When you get a divorce, he was trying to tell people, you don't bounce back like that. And every now and then he even talked about his ex-wives. One of them, because he was telling the young women about the ex-wives and the kids. He said he didn't like being a stepfather, but most people just focused on the point of him talking about women losing weight and being overweight, which he was true. And I say, about time you focus on losing your weight, taking care of yourself, you don't have time to worry about what your husband doing. And if it's the husband, same things, because some of these husbands need to lose weight. Like with Chris, he almost had man boobs, bless his little heart. But genuine person, good person. Chris was a good person, genuine, down to his bone. So them houses with good bones, they don't tear them down. Them houses with the good bones, they don't tear them down. You see, I'm looking at a house now built 1930. Good bones. The good bones houses, they just tear them down to the studs and they just put the new material on them. But the brick and the mortar that made it strong is still strong. So if you got a good husband, but see the new houses, I don't know if y'all know about these new houses, they real expensive, but they make the material's not good. Material's not good. So love your spouse. If you got a spouse, before you think about leaving, this is life after divorce. I done lived it. I'm not a single woman on here telling you about my perspective. I done lived it. And still living it. So I'm just getting to a point now, and I mean I done had lots of guys like me, and because I had a lot going on with me. So that pause Monique got yesterday was, I'm out here in these streets, and this ain't what I thought it was gonna be. But I heard a little bit. She went on about God meet you with the little, and then we going, but the right person and God. I knew he wasn't the right person. I knew she wasn't the right person. And you get mad and you hear people, I knew they wasn't the right person. I seen red flag. All them flags you was seeing was you. Because whatever you do, if you get married, you got to figure out what you need to do to make you a good person for your spouse. That's all. That's all. You got to, like I said, Chris, he's a good person. So if he was overweight, maybe take him to the gym, maybe change the whole household's eating habits. Maybe instead of us going to Popeyes, maybe you know about nutrition, Monique. Maybe you just work on everybody eating right in the household. Because Chris is a good person. Well, who knows? Maybe they'll get back together, because she might get out there and realize this ain't it. All right. Well, I'm almost to work, and I did my video. It was on me all night. Share to share with somebody. That was that pause. That pause is I done left my good thing. I'm out here in the street and I don't know when I'm gonna meet somebody again to raise me and my kids. Now mind you, you got these kids. I keep telling you about these kids. Them kids don't know nothing about what's going on with your mom and dad. They just want mom and dad like it used to be, waking up every morning, getting a breakfast, mom and dad. That's all they know. They don't know nothing about him cheating. The mama don't know, the kids don't know about daddy cheating. Kids don't know nothing about it. And I'm telling you, when the kids is in their 30s, it'll be like it never happened. Because you in a whole new season, whole new chapter. All that you went through for that little season while they was little, it won't even matter. The kids just want their family. And you hear grown people, oh, my mom and dad divorced, still talking about it. They don't know. So that's what that pause was for Monique. I'm out here. I done left my husband. It was so easy to pick up that pen and paper and sign for a divorce. But now it's real. How am I going to make it? What I'm going to do? Personal trainer can't afford her bills. They was living in a mansion in the Potomac. A mansion. That personal trainer can't afford her bills. She probably can't afford her bills. That's why Jada Pinkett ain't left Will Smith. Why Jada Pinkett gonna leave Will Smith in her mansion, her 12 cars, her probably 30 acres of land I think they got, and go weird to do what with who? She snuck her son a little piece in, and still might be sneaking a little piece in. But I see he ain't making all the movies like Will Smith staying his butt home now. He was home for Thanksgiving. He staying his butt home now. They'll get it together, sis. Will Smith was home for Thanksgiving. He had the whole family around the table. The mother-in-law, the kid. He ain't going nowhere making no movies. He going to keep his eye on his wife, poking her. Because he off making movies. I'm telling you, it's a season. He ain't home making no movies now. He home. Ain't never seen Will Smith making no videos set home in the kitchen. He ain't got nowhere to go. He home poking his wife. She ain't got to be poked by nobody but me, he said. That season's over. Will Smith got a video he made Thanksgiving. He was home and he showed everybody sitting around the table. He home with his wife. He ain't out making no movies. You don't hear nothing. Girl, he done went on home. It was a season. Now we in the season. The kids is gone. Let's enjoy each other. Let's have Thanksgiving together. Like his mom, her mom there, Jada ain't went nowhere. Where you gonna go? You gonna leave your husband, leave your house, only for another woman to move in? And they move in quickly. Ask Kim Kardashian. She was, matter of fact, Kim Kardashian was with that guy with that white hair. He was poking her. Soon as Kanye left, he left. He didn't want nothing. He was the personal trainer. He don't have Kanye money. Not only that, he's not raising Kanye 4 or 5 kids. So think twice. Oh, think twice. It's another day for you and me in paradise. All right, I made it to work. Have a good day. We're going to talk a little bit more tomorrow. Okay.